Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here this bright, beautiful morning we have here. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit here today about your rituals. Now, as you all know, I've spoken many times about things I do every single morning, like I meditate and I do my affirmations and I do my writing of what I want to accomplish, what my dreams are, what my goals are. Thank you. And I do my little exercise thing and I do my visualizations. But I just want to talk a little bit here, just briefly here, about if you don't have a ritual that you're doing every day to build and grow you first and then your business. Because when you grow you first, oh, thank you guys. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. When you grow you first, and you know what you want, you know what your desires are, what your dreams are, and what you're doing to make them happen for you. When you have a ritual that you follow every day without any deviance. For me, I do the meditation first thing in the morning because what it does is it clears my mind, and I do it before anything else. Because when I do, I'm just waking up and I'm just out of the alpha state, and my mind is still not focused on my day. My mind is focused on what I was sleeping, what I was dreaming, or anything. It's not focused on the drama of the day. So I like to meditate first, and it clears my mind and it lets me in the receiving mode to where I can receive more. So let me get my little thingy here. There we go. So, and I know a lot of people that are doing the same things that I'm doing. I've been doing this for years, and I didn't realize that it was an actual system that has been in place, and people are putting it in place, which is fantastic because you know what? It works. Oh, thank you guys. That is so I am so blessed. Don't have tears and sad faces. So if you have a ritual that you do every day, you know, what you're doing to focus yourself and doing the self-talk of, I am great, I am prosperous, I am healthy, I am wealthy, you know, whatever it is that you want to see happen in your life. It's all about you, your focus, and what you want. Oh, sorry. My computer. It's all about all of those things. So when you get that in play and you have daily rituals that you do to grow yourself. Hey Stacy, you too? Yes, you have to have a ritual of what you're doing, and you have to be careful what you're focusing on. If you focus on, I can't do that, or I'm no good at that, or that's not working for me, don't do that. Immediately put that out of your mind. Just make it go away, because you know what? It's not worth it. Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you. It's not worth it. When you focus on you, on what you want and what your life dream is, that's when it's all going to come together for you. You are a special, special being that was created to do what you want to do. And that's where all the energy and the love and the passion comes from, is you living your dream and doing what you want. It is just amazing how many people out there are saying, I am prosperous, I am happy, I am healthy, and I am living my dream now. Because think about it for a second. A dream is not something that you just think one day, someday I'll have this, or someday I'll travel the world, or someday I'll do this or that with my family. Hello. Or someday. That's not a life. That is just a fantasy. That's not something you're putting into play. But when you change your thinking and your motivation to This is my life. This is what I want in my life. This is how I want my life to be. You can work from home. It's not that hard to get started. You can do what you want to do because you are the leader of yourself. You are a leader. Whether you think it or don't, you're doing things. You have a family, you have a job, whatever it is. You are in control of your life. So if you have the rituals in place that are focusing you, and that's what the rituals are all about. It's nothing evil or it's nothing bad. It is all about focusing you on where you want to be. Like I said, I meditate every morning. Hi, Liz. How are you? I meditate every morning, first thing. That's the first thing I do. I meditate. I just receive what I'm working on. And when I'm working on something, like if I'm working on an ebook, or if I'm working on maybe a new ad that I'm going to post, or maybe I'm going to take another step in my business and what I'm doing, if whatever I'm working on, I just focus on that for a few minutes. I say, okay, how is the best way? And that's a question. How is the best way for me to proceed with this? And I ask these questions, how will I feel when I have succeeded with this project, whatever I'm working on? And that's an open-ended question for the universe. Hello, everybody. That is an open-ended question for the universe, which opens up your train of thought. It opens up that train. And when it does that, you're more in the receiving mode of receiving the gifts, receiving the input. And I don't know about you guys, but I get so much input by asking the question of, how will I feel when I have this? How will I feel with this? And that's a question that is a prominent question. How will I feel? And you know what? The subconscious just starts click, 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 click. It just goes to work saying, oh my gosh, we got to give her that. We got to give him that. That's what we got to figure out. How are we going to figure that out? But it's not up to you, your conscious mind, to figure that out, because that's your subconscious mind. The universe, God, all the force around you will figure that out for you. So you don't have to come up with the end game or the solution. But when I've talked about knowing where you're going and knowing what the goal is and what you want to accomplish and what the end game is for that, that is actually a different end game than the end game of, this is what I want my life to be. You want to have your end game being, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to have happen. Well, you have to start putting things into play. You have to start putting action into motion. And when you do, action is one thing, but when you put your actions into motion, yeah, everything seems to come together and it just happens. And one day you'll be doing what you're doing. And maybe you're at the point where you're saying, okay, you know what? I'm just going to take the ball. I'm just going to work at home. I'm just going to do my home business. I'm going to quit the job. I'm going to just, I'm going to work for me and I'm going to be the boss I know I am. When you do that, then you opened up a whole new gateway, and you know what? It is good. And I'm never going to say it's not good, because it is. Because anytime you have a focus, and when you are using your focus every day, throughout the whole day, sure, you're going to have things go wrong. You're going to have things not happy. You're going to have people get in your way. You're going to have people say bad things. Blow it away. Just, it's gone. You don't have to have that in your life. And what I do is, when I have those things happen to me, I just pretty much ignore them. And, my husband gets really irritated with me sometimes, because this is going to be just kind of silly, but he'll be talking about, what's going on in the world and all this different stuff, blah, blah, blah. And he'll be saying, what do you think? I said, well, I understand it's happening. I understand the world's falling apart. I understand this, but you know what? I don't I'm not going to focus on it. I acknowledge that it's there and I let it go. And that you can do that with any part and any area of your life that you're working on. As long as you have a ritual that keeps you anchored. And it takes some exercise, even if it's just deep knee bends or do some yoga or, just, it doesn't have to be like running to the gym and running 5 miles, or it doesn't have to be that. It could just be, some stretches or just something to get you going. And visualizing is seeing your life, seeing the life you want, seeing what you want to have and how you want your life to be. And when you do this and you are meditating and you're open and you're receiving, you're in a win-win situation. But be careful what you're focusing on, because if you're focusing on oh, I don't want that, anytime you're putting that in front of what you do want, you're automatically going to be in the receiving mode to receive what you don't want. Hey, Rick. And that, oh, hi, Eric. And that comes so much faster when you are in focus, because you realize how much energy you put out into something you don't want. Think about it. You're passionate about what you don't want. You're really passionate about that thing or that area or that whatever you don't want. And when you're that passionate about what you don't want, it clouds and it covers up what you do want. So you can say, okay, I'm not real thrilled about that event or about that option, but I am super happy about this option. I'm super excited about having this. I'm super excited that I am on the road to this, whatever it is you're wanting, whatever it is, because we all have different things that we want. And we all have different ideas and different passions that just enlighten us and make us grow. So you are an individual, and what you can do if you are wanting to do anything close to maybe something similar to what I'm doing, which is I work from home and I have a great life. I have a happy life, and you have to make that true for you. And you have to be focused, and you have to ignore what else is going on around the world. Acknowledge it, that it's there, it's there, but don't focus on it. Don't give it too much of your energy, and definitely don't give it too much of your time, because it's not worth it. You are more important, and what you want in your life and what you want to do is a lot more important than what the universe or what the world is doing. Okay? The world's going to keep going regardless of what you do. But when your focus is on what you want and not on what you don't want, because the more you put into, I don't want this, I don't want that, then you're going to be in that mode where that's what you are in, the negative mode. You are in the mode of lack. Because anytime you say, I don't want, or I want, you're in lack. And you won't get what you want, there's the word, because you're not in the right focus. And it sounds so silly, but it's really true. It's just, and it took me a little while to understand just how true that is, but it is. And when you have a ritual, something you do every single day, which keeps you in tune, and then throughout the day, tell yourself how great you are. Tell yourself how awesome you are and everything you're accomplishing. Every time you do something great, give yourself a little party. Hey, I did that. I'm so fantastic. I do it all the time. Whenever I complete something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that. It is beautiful. It is fantastic. And you know what? And I've learned over the course of time that things don't have to be 100% perfect before I put them out there into the market. As long as I've got it to where people can see it, they can respond to it, and they're happy with what they're looking at, I can fix anything later. I can adjust something later. I can make it work later. I don't have to have it 100% perfect, because that's not where my focus needs to be. My focus needs to be getting things out there And you know what? I'm more successful since I'm not so stressed about it, that it's so much easier to attract the good vibrations that I want, to attract to me. And you can do the same thing to attract to you the power of the greatness of the universe of God that is there for you. That is just the more positive energy you put out, the more you will get back, and you will keep receiving more and more and more. There's just no way around about it. It's so true. So be careful what you're focusing on, because if you're focusing on what you don't want, you will get it, and you will get it fast. But if you're focusing and you're really in tune to what you do, have the lifestyle you want, and you want to have, the freedom, you want to have financial security, whatever it is, there's always a way, and there's always someone out there that can help you, that can drive you, or, guide you, or whatever. There's always help out there. It's up to you to look and ask for that help, because not everyone's going to know that it's you, that you're wanting this or that from them. Like a lot of people that contact me, I have no idea who they are, and I don't know what they want. I have no idea what they want. All I know is they contacted me and they asked me a question and I can answer it. Plain and simple, right? It's so simple, and it is so important that you have a ritual every morning, and you don't have to do the way I do. I'm just saying what works. And I know there's hundreds of other people that are using the same rituals, and it's working beautifully. Okay? And you can also get the book, The 8-Minute Miracle. And you know what? I didn't even know this was out until, a couple months ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's doing what I'm doing. And he actually published his book, so that's fantastic. So I hope you guys have a super great day, and tell yourself how great you are today. Tell yourself everything you're doing that's fabulous, that is awesome, that is just unbelievably superb. It doesn't matter if a piece of your brain doesn't believe it, convince it that it's true. Okay? I will chat with you guys again later. And again, you are superb. You are fantastic. And you are very special. And I will chat with you guys later. Goodbye.